Hi Sam. Today we are learning the word
zwischen,
Hi Alex. What does
zwischen,
mean?
zwischen,
means between in English. It's used to describe a position or a relationship among two or more things. The most common usage is spatial, but it can also refer to time or relationships.
Oh, interesting. Are there any false friends with this word?
Yes, it can be confusing because some people might think it relates to the English word switch. But it has nothing to do with that. Now, let's look at the grammar.
zwischen,
Is a preposition, so it doesn't have articles or plural forms like nouns do. When using it, you usually combine it with other words.
Can you give me some examples?
Sure. You might say,
der Tisch steht zwischen den Stühlen.
which means the table is between the chairs.
So, you're saying that between has to be used with a case.
Exactly. In that example,
Zwischen,
takes the accusative case. If you say,
ich bin zwischen den Bäumen.
which means I am between the trees, it's still accusative. The word
Zwischen,
comes from Old High German,
Zwihan.
which meant two. It has evolved over time but has retained the idea of being between two entities.
That's really fascinating. I love learning about word origins.
It gives you a deeper understanding of the language. Let's break down.
Zwischen,
It doesn't have clear prefixes or suffixes, but you can think of it as a combination of the idea of two things being in a relational space.
So, it's not a compound word.
Correct. It stands alone, but understanding its roots helps you remember it better. Now, let's look at similar words. For example, you have,
Zwischenräume.
which means gaps between. Here,
Raum.
means space, so it follows the head last rule, making it masculine.
What other words are similar?
You might find,
Zwischenzeit.
meaning interim, where,
Zeit.
means time. Then there's,
Zwischenablage.
which translates to clipboard.
That's interesting.
Also, we have words like,
Zwischenmenschlich.
meaning interpersonal, and,
Zwischenstopp.
which means layover. Each one is built around the idea of being between something. Let's practice using
Zwischen.
in some real-life situations. Imagine you're at a coffee shop. You could say,
Ich sitze zwischen meinen Freunden.
I think I can try that.
Ich sitze zwischen meinen Freundinnen.
Great! You used the feminine form correctly. Now, what about at the doctor's office? You could say,
Ich warte zwischen den Patienten.
Ich warte zwischen den Patientinnen.
Would also work.
exactly. That's perfect. Lastly, let's think about using it in travel situations. You could say,
Der Bahnhof ist zwischen dem Hotel und dem Restaurant.
Oh, I see.
Der Bahnhof ist zwischen dem Restaurant und dem Hotel.
well done. You're really getting the hang of it. Now, let's talk about gender memory hints. Since
Zwischen.
is a preposition, it doesn't have a gender on its own. But if you think about the words that follow, you can remember their genders.
That's a good point.
And to remember the idea of between, picture two friends standing on either side of you, chatting. For usage notes, remember that
Zwischen.
is neutral and can be used in both formal and informal contexts. You might hear it in phrases like
Zwischen den Zeilen.
which means between the lines.
Are there any commonly confused words?
Yes, people sometimes mix up
Zwischen.
with,
Unter.
which means under. They're different, so it's good to keep that in mind. Let's move to some example sentences. For instance,
Der Schlüssel ist zwischen dem Sofa und dem Tisch.
means the key is between the sofa and the table.
And
Ich habe das Buch zwischen den anderen Büchern gefunden.
means I found the book among the other books, right?
Exactly. And when you say,
Wir treffen uns zwischen 8 und 9 Uhr.
it means we will meet between 8 and 9 o'clock. Now, let's do a quick recall check. What does
Zwischen.
mean?
It means between.
Good. Can you give me an example of a situation where you would use it?
At a train station, like,
Die U-Bahn ist zwischen den Zügen.
Excellent. What case does it take?
accusative.
Correct. What's a similar word you learned today?
Zwischenzeit.
Right again. And how do you remember its gender?
I think about the word that comes after it.
Perfect. Lastly, what are two nouns that could follow?
Zwischen.
Maybe.
Stühlen.
And
Baum.
That's right. You're really catching on. To summarize, today we learned about
Zwischen.
meaning between, how to use it in sentences, and its interesting origins.
thanks, Alex. I feel more confident using it now.
You did great today, Sam. Keep practicing, and you'll master it in no time.